Facebook Live, Facebook Live. We have arrived. One more time. Let's get it in.
Conference muted. Conference recording started.
I want to thank everybody for chiming in. This is Watchman Derrick Yisrael, also known as Pastor Derrick, on the Early What I CT Scripture Study and Prayer Line. On this fifth day in May 2021. JB, what's up with it? We probably do need to talk today so we can start pulling this thing together for what we're about to do. Yeah, so let's chop it up. Thank everybody for chiming in on this morning. Those of you that are chiming in, if you got a tag game, you can start tagging your loved ones. Occult Reader B, good to see you on. Work that tag game, y'all, and your share game. Andre Woods up in here. Demina, good to see you on. We got Johanna in the building, and my cuz Yosef Elder up in the place to be. Battle in the building. Mother Joyce, my big sister Fee. We got Melissa up in here, and Nicole Robertson. As y'all packing on in. Let's get ready. To rock. Let's go to Yaka 9, y'all. John 16 and 1. And let's see what this say. Y'all working your tag game yet? Anybody tagging yet? Yaka 9, 16 and 1. Look what it say. It says, "These things have I spoken unto you, that you should not be offended." Trenda, good to see you all, young lady. Look what he say. "These things have I spoken unto you, that you should not be offended. They shall put you out of the synagogues." Yeah. "The time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doth Yah service. And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me." Did y'all hear that? Okay, I'll read it one more time. Keita, good to see you on. Al-Ha, good to see you on. I know Dave gonna come in with that tag game. Yakanan 16 and 1. I'm gonna read it one more time, y'all. "These things have I spoken unto you." Why is he speaking to y'all? "That you should not be offended. They shall put you out of the synagogues." Teresa, good to see you on. "Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth Yah service. And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me." All right, well, let's rock. He's telling them, giving them this information for a reason. And the reason is so they won't be offended. Why would he have to tell them that so they won't be offended? Because the things that would happen to them would be offensive. Yeah. He's telling them, giving them information so they won't be offended, because the things that's going to happen to them are offensive. Being kicked out of the place of worship. Being discommunicated from amongst so-called believers. Yeah. Being done wrong and came against. That's offensive, especially when you ain't done nothing wrong. In fact, you're doing the opposite. You're doing things right. But yet the results are going to be negative. That's kind of new, ain't it? Hey, when we was in the world, we used to do scandalous stuff, and so we wasn't shocked when it went stupid, right? Rhonda, good to see you all. It's kind of strange that we've literally entered into a time frame that doing right ain't cool to these wicked people, to these religious people. Yeah. You ain't gonna get a standing ovation for doing what Yah called you to do, and you need to understand that. You need to understand the call. Yeah, you need to understand the call. So that you don't be offended at the response. There was a time where you could speak against perversion. And people appreciated that. Well, this place is so perverted that you're an oddball now. You speak against perversion and see what happens. If you don't lose your job, you might lose some teeth. Speak against perversion and you could be charged with a hate crime. Mess around and tell the truth. Speak truth and see how small your ministry be. Talking about preaching for money, you better not speak truth. Hey, look, if you preaching for money, you better... Hey, look here. If you try to make a living doing this, good to see you on. Good to see you on, son. If you trying to make a living doing this, you what? Truth, please. You better get the truth out of here. These things have I spoken unto you. Listen what he's saying to you. These things have I spoken unto you, that you should not be offended. He don't want you shocked. He don't want you to be shocked. He don't want you to be shocked to the point of disappointment. When you speak the truth of Yah, and folks throw you out their house, block you. Yeah, I've been blocked. I've been blocked. Yeah, I'm not welcome no more. Yeah, I'm that guy. That they put you out of the synagogues. Yeah, the time cometh, and it's right here, y'all. They got it. They so good at what they do that if you reject what they doing, and they doing it across the four corners of the earth. Ground zero is right here in America, right? But they set it up that if you go against what they doing, not only are the powers that be, they're going to be against you. And they got the authority and the power to be against you too and do you harm. But not only are they going to be against you, they done brainwashed the power of the prince of the air, then brainwashed everybody else, all the sheeple people. They done brainwashed to the point they going to turn on you. You know when the Bible talks about in the last days, a mother going to be against daughter and father against son and all that type stuff? We're living in those times right now. We're living in the times where the deception is so big that family members is willing and ready to turn on you and turn you in. And they're going to believe they're doing Yah a service. Well, let them tell it. They're going to be doing God a service. Yeah, I want to get their lingo, their language together. Yeah, they're gonna believe they're doing God a service. They're gonna listen. Did you hear what I said? They're gonna believe it. They're not gonna just say they believe it. They're gonna believe it. The power of the prince of the air, the deception of the devil, has set a platform on earth that will cause the people of Yah to look like bad guys. Yeah, we're living in a time where they call evil good. They just don't call evil good. They believe evil is good. That's the part where the deception come in. They just don't say evil is good. They believe evil is good. That's why they say it. And they believe good is evil. Yeah. So when you stand with Yah, I'm trying to tell you something. When you stand with Yah, you gonna look like a devil to them. Yeah, when they ready to cast you in prison, yeah, they gonna testify. They gonna believe you wrong. Yeah, they gonna believe it. 16:1, y'all listen. These things have I spoken unto you. This is the Messiah talking to his disciples. He's teaching them. He's informing them of this time period. Yeah. These things have I spoken unto you, that you should not be offended. He don't want you to get caught off guard. Yeah, remember when Peter 4:12, think it not strange concerning the fiery trials. Don't think it's strange. Listen to the state of mind he had. Maybe you can understand this a little better now. When he was hanging on the tree, on the torture stake, they were crucifying him. And he said, forgive them, Father. Listen what he said. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Yeah, he said that after he said this. Because he knew what he was telling you. That was the manifestation of what he knew when he was hanging on the tree. He was telling them this type of stuff gonna happen to you. But he was able to forgive them because he wasn't offended. And he wasn't offended because he knew they thought they was doing what was right. Now, do not get it twisted. Yah is the judge of that. They didn't get away with it. You can believe that. In fact, when it was time for them to get to know Yah appropriately, folks is too in love with themselves. Let me tell you something. There is a time for you to accept truth. And if you accept you over truth, then that's what you got. That's what, look at this. There are people that I've been knowing, raised up with, around, or whatever, that should know Yah better. And the reason why they don't know Yah better is because they chose things over Yah when they should have been getting to know him better. And then as time go on, you can get locked in into having a form of Yahliness denying the power thereof. Can I tell this level of truth? I'm going to say it anyway. You chime off while you got a chance. No, stay on. But listen, I'm trying to tell you something to help you. But when truth is here, and then there is some fornication that comes to try to take you away from truth, and you the type person that you choose to hop in the bed instead of obeying what you read, that affects you. That affects you. Yeah. Then you end up with the Thessalonians, right? 2 Thessalonians, right? 2nd chapter, right? Yah will send you a strong delusion that you'll believe a lie. And he said why he did it. He said that they all might be damned who do not love the truth. There's damnation for those that don't love truth. I'm just letting you know what happened. How do people get to the point that they're fighting against Yah and his children, but yet think they're doing what's right? They ended up with a strong delusion. And excuse me. They ended up with a strong delusion because it's a reason. Y'all ain't just running around here sending people strong delusions. They end up with a strong delusion because it's a reason. Because truth was here and they knew it to be true, but they wanted to screw. They wanted to get high still. They wanted to get drunk still. They wanted to do them as opposed to bowing down to truth. So then they end up religious, having a form of godliness, denying the power thereof. And when truth, they didn't like truth when it came because it was messing up their life. It was messing up their so-called love life. It was messing up their dating life. It was messing up their night life. They get high and kick it life. So they chose they get high and kick it life over truth. So they end up with a strong delusion, having a form of godliness, denying the power thereof. So now if you standing with truth, you start looking not cool to them. Oh, I'm going to tell you the truth. Pre-adventures, some folk that have been playing with their soul all this time can repent. Because I know people that's been around Yah for years and years and years, they still don't do what they're supposed to do. They wasn't doing it then, and they still don't do it. No matter what the truth say, they just can't do it. Yeah, real talk. Oh, and it's heartbreaking as heck. It's heartbreaking. But let me finish teaching because I got to tell you this. I got a job to do. So listen. These things have I spoken on to you that you should not be offended, because the people that you would expect to be co-laboring and doing what y'all say do, they're not doing it. Right? Don't be offended. People that's calling on Yah's name, listen, people that's calling on Yah's name, right? That you think are co-laboring, you stand with a certain level of truth. If you all in and they not all in, that's not going to work out for you. In the natural, it's not going to work out for them in the spirit in the end. But they'll turn on, you'll get put out of their presence. You'll get put out of the synagogue. They'll end up not liking you. They'll put you out of the synagogue. Yea, then, listen, the time cometh that whosoever killeth, they went all the way. You gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. The hatred goes to a whole nother level. This world, this carnal-minded world, I'm graduating from the house of believers, right? Because them jokers is that's who I was just talking to, so-called believers. But now I'm graduating to the world, right? This wicked system is the main perpetrator. I don't know if I want to call him main, but a perpetrator of calling evil good and good evil. So you know they hate you. They believe, you know, for the lack of better term, because I got a company that I started called Live and Let Live, right? But I gotta, I'd have to break that down. I'm not going to right now. But listen, they believe in live and let live. But it's a little deeper than live and let live with them. They believe that their wickedness is acceptable, and they're going to shove it down your throat. Listen, let me tell you something else. People that go against the word for this world system and this world way of thinking, right? They believe 100% that Yah's word is hating, is judgmental, and is mean. So their definition of love, their definition of marriage, their definition of relationships is sick and satanic. But they believe their way of doing things, let people alone, let people do what they want to do and all that. Yah's going to let everybody do what they want to do, but he ain't going to call their wickedness good. See, these people want to make their wickedness good. That's the issue. No, go do you. Go to bed with a frog if you want to. Go do you, but it's evil. Understand that? No, it's not evil. You're evil for calling it evil. Well, y'all trying to protect the frog. Is that fair? Ask the frog if it's evil or not. Ask the dog. But this world is wicked. And when you stand for what's right, they gonna hate you. Not only that, when these folk say let them alone, let them be sexually sick, and don't call it sick no more, right? Because it was a time that they called that stuff sick, right? They say let them alone, and it's not sick. Whoever said it was sick is sick, right? When you take that position, then you're a prime candidate as well to further be deceived into your cooperation with your own damnation. See, the system is ran by Satan. And you forgot that Satan hates you. And he got you sexually sick so he can kill you. Yeah, it's like the doctrine of Balaam. The doctrine of Balaam, now I'm going back more to the people of Yah, right? But the doctrine of Balaam is to get Yah's children to sin so that Yah won't protect you from Satan. Because if you're living in sin, he's not going to protect you from Satan. He's not going to protect you from the power of the prince of the air. You're going to be a prime candidate to be deceived and fight against Yah and his children. Because when truth came, you didn't like it. You ain't gonna let Yah come mess up your boo, run your boo off. Yah ain't kicking nobody out your bed. Hard as you work to get them in your bed. Nuh-uh, you ain't finna do that. So you're a prime candidate to hate Yah and his people. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Here we go, John 16:1. These things have I spoken unto you, right? He's talking to them like I'm talking to you, right? These things have I spoken that you should not be offended. His protege, right? Stephen. He was preaching to Yisrael, to Israel, the truth. They got mad. They gnashed on him with their teeth. Hey, they beat that dude down and stoned him to death according to Moses' law. They stoned him to death according to Moses' law. That lets you know that religious stuff. Yeah. They stoned him according to Moses' law because he was up under Yahusha's law, which was the conclusion. Yahusha's ministry wasn't opposed to Moses' law. It was the completion of Moses' law. But they were stuck in religion. They were stuck with commandments on stone when they should have, Jeremiah 31 through 34, had it written in their hearts, being led by the Ruah, filled with the Ruah, and they would have understood what Stephen was talking about. But since they were stuck up under the law, the first contract that was signed with the blood of animals, since they was under that covenant, they couldn't see what he's talking about, so they rendered what he was doing was evil, and they killed him according to a religious law. Yeah. They was religious, and they believed what they was doing was right. And they stoned him to death. But what Stephen said when they was killing him is, Yah, lay not this sin at their charge. Because he understood this lesson right here that I'm trying to tell you now. John 16:1. These things have I spoken to you that you should not be offended. You can't run around here with your feelings in your hands working for Yah. There's going to be people that's going to come against you believing and doing Yah's service. And what we supposed to do as Yah's children is be patient with them and continue to love on them and continue to tell them the truth. Even though they're coming against you. Even though they're coming against you, pre-adventure, this was Timothy was talking about, pre-adventure that Yah might grant them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth. We should have some endurance. We should have some forgive them for they know not what they do in us. Forgive them for they know not what they do. We got to have some lay not this sin at they charge in us. We gotta have it, or we do them a disservice. We do people a disservice if we not willing or able to love them in spite of them coming against us, because they believe they're doing y'all a service. They believe they're doing the will of the Most High when they set you up to be doomed. When they turn on you. When they put you out of the synagogue, when they don't want to have Bible study with you no more, when they start avoiding you, you're not invited, you're not welcome at their home no more. They shall put you out of the synagogue. He said, I'm trying to tell you this so you won't be offended. Because if you get offended, you're not going to work the righteousness of Yah. Because the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of Yah. When a person is offended, they don't walk in the spirit of Yah. You got to rebuke that offense. You got to let love overtake that offense. Run around here offended. Yeah, people get offended. That's it. Fellowship is over. They don't want to be around you no more. They offended. Yeah. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you, all the way down to killing you, you got to die. Kill you. They believe they doing y'all a service. Got folks get on platform, get to talking crazy to you, and you got some jokers still cussing everything. They think they spiritual as heck. They run around here. Anyway, I ain't gonna hit them too hard. Why not? Maybe they'll wake up. They carnal as heck. Having a form of godliness, denying the power. They don't have the spirit of the Most High. Y'all wasn't running around here. You ain't heard the Mashiach run around here cussing. Hey, they preaching and cussing. They believe, I don't know what they believe. Whatever it is, it ain't right. But at the end of the day, folks will turn on you believing. They're not faking. Believing they doing y'all service. Coming against you heavily. Believing they doing the Most High service. Oh, it's the truth anyhow. Yeah. Believing they're doing the will of Yah, and we gotta not be offended. That's why he said it. We gotta respond right. Are you with me? These things have I spoken unto you that you should not be offended. Come on, can I drive that home? For the best array, for the gospel's sake, for you being a child of the Most High, you living what's right, folks start coming against you. You know what I mean? You stick with the Most High. Oh, they got a right like everybody. Yeah. Listen. They do have a right. Everyone has a right. Everyone has a right to do them. That's why the Most High gave us a free will. But he said he gonna judge you. Yeah, if it ain't right, you can bust hell wide open. Damnation is for you. Do not get it twisted. And we don't have permission to call what wicked folks doing. We don't have permission to call it good. And we're not calling it good to get along in this world. Yeah, there's a certain level of hate your life. And what that means is I'm going against my natural human nature. I'm going to submit my human nature because it's flawed. Why? Why would I do that? Because it's flawed. We were born in sin and shaped in iniquity. I got to be willing to go against my human nature in order to obey Yah. That's why I had to be born again, because my first birth was flawed. Oh, we was born like that. Well, you need to be born again. I ain't gonna argue with you whether you was born like that or not. You got to be born again. Are you with me? So listen, these things have I spoken unto you that you should not be offended when the results of you sticking with truth, preaching truth, the results is going to be people going to hate you. And they're going to hate you enough, not only to push you away from them, but they might push you away from them and come back for you to kill you. And the reason why, you ask them, the reason why they're killing you is because they're doing Yah service. You the scum of the earth. Let them tell it. Yeah. And then the third verse says, and these things they will do unto you. Let me break the news to you. These things will they do unto you. Me too, y'all. But these things they'll do unto you because they have not known the Father, nor me. And like I already told you, this is just a sermonette, so I'm going to go. Just wanted to lay this on you. But the reason why they don't know the Father, even in his days of his salvation, is because they chose themselves over him a long time ago. So they was morphed. Growing in Yah is a transformation process. So the moment you come to him and you receive him, he's transforming you into his image. When he's done with you, you'll be in his image. Unfortunately, if you start the process and you choose another Elohim over him, then you're going to be transformed into your other Elohim. Something else is, you're not being transformed into the image of Yah. Because those that are being transformed to the image of Yah do what he say. They know his will because he's going to reveal it to them. And they're going to do it. And they're going to be doing it. And the only thing that's going to happen to them is they're going to continue to get better and better and better in him. Every time you see him, they're just going to be growing. They're going to know more. They're going to be doing more. He's going to broaden the horizons, and he's going to use them in these last and evil days. When you're transforming into something else, you're not going to be functioning. You're going to be struggling to function your whole spiritual career. Did you know, I'm going to get out of here, which is a whole nother lesson per se, but did you know we're not supposed to spend our whole spiritual career fighting against sin? We're supposed to get rid of that when we first start. I don't know if you knew that. When the gospel, when the Bessareh first came, listen, when the gospel first came, that was supposed to be the eradication of sin. You were supposed to denounce sin. Yeah, you're supposed to denounce sin. Receive him in. You're supposed to denounce sin, receive him into your heart and your life, and now he's leading and guiding you. Unfortunately, with some people, when it came time to denounce sin, they said, "No, I'm not going to stop doing this. I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm going to keep doing that," and that leans people towards a Catholicized religious position that Jude was complaining about when he said they turned the grace of Yah into lasciviousness. And if you look up the word lasciviousness, it's a platform of just diverse sins. They believe that they have the grace to sin when that is not the definition of grace. No, never is, never will be. Listen, if you started off wrong, do you know how much mercy it is bestowed upon you if you turn out right? And in order for you to turn out right, do you know you got to go back to the drawing board and be willing to denounce yourself? The whole key to salvation, then I'm gone, y'all. The whole key to salvation is your willingness to be baptized into his death, which is to die out to self. That's why he told you to mortify the deeds of the flesh. And to mortify means to kill. You got to kill out what you talking about and submit to what he talking about. Oh, I'm telling you the truth this morning. I try to tell you the truth every morning for the record. Oh, he been lying all this time. He finally telling the truth? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm telling you some more truth this morning. Is that all right? I'm trying to tell you the truth. Please get this truth, so that you won't be the type of person to fight against Yah. You be working with Yah and his people. You want to be working with Yah and his people in these last and evil days, because these days is wicked. And if you rolling with Yah, people gonna think you wrong, and they gonna come against you heavily. Do not be offended. Have the state of mind of forgive them, for they know not what they do. Because you'd be surprised if you hold on and really understand the call on your life, if you hold on and really understand the call on your life, you still gonna do what's right. I'm about to go. But if people come against you because they think what you teach and believe is wrong, yeah, that's what they think. So they'll come against you heavily. And what you're supposed to do is be able to forgive them, for they know not what they do. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you understand your call. We are searching for Yah's children. And some of them is baptized in Catholicism. Some of them is baptized in false doctrine. Some of us baptized in the spirit of this world. And we got to get through that layer of whatever it is that's hindering them. We got to be able to reach them. So we cannot be easily offended by what they're doing. Because we won't be able to help them. Because we're too carnal and fleshly and emotional and worldly to help them. Because we're offended. Understand your call. Yes, y'all. Let's pray. Spirit of the Most High, we love you and thank you for this opportunity to come before you. Humble as we know how, gleaning in the truth of your word. Thy word is true. I speak life into your children. Baptize them with your ruah even the more. Take them higher in you. Give them understanding of the call that you purpose in their lives, knowing that all things work together for the good to them that love you, called according to your purpose. Give them their purpose. Give them their purpose and cause them to understand what's going on. Turn us all into vessels of honor that we may love on those that oppose themselves. Peradventure you might give them a mercy to acknowledge truth. Thank you even for this revelation. Now anoint us for the call. And we'll be careful to give you the praise and honor, not only now but forever. In the matchless name of Yahushua, we humbly pray. Hallelujah. Yahuwah. And Amen. That was the lesson. I pray y'all got something out of it, because for me, that was some good food. That was some good food in that lesson. That was some good food. That was some good food. Yeah. Folks want to kill you because you're doing what Yah called you to do. If they hated the Mashiach and Yah, they definitely going to hate you too. We know greater than him. Yeah, that's how it go down. Is that all right? Y'all push the share button. Push the share button. I always like to thank those that support the ministry. May Yah bless you. We're gearing up to do some stuff now. We love blessing people and just doing stuff. And so, yeah. Thank you. Those of you that are benefiting spiritually from this ministry and would like to become a supporter, it's my job to tell you how. If you got the Cash App, just put in $ donate to Derrick. That's $ donate the number 2 DERRICK. We also got the PayPal now, paypal.me/Derrick Yisrael. And then that's Israel with a Y. And then you can go inside of Facebook, inside of my Facebook page, inside of Messenger, and there's a giving button inside of there. Is that good? Listen, we're about to get on the conference line, talk about the lesson, and pray. If you want to join us for that, all you got to do is dial 302-202-1102, extension 815648. 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Y'all continue to love on one another. Go love somebody. Even love somebody that's been coming against you because you're standing with truth. Go love them. Peradventure, they might repent. Is that all right? Y'all be Baruch and Barak and Shalom. I'm God.